Hello everyone and welcome back. First of all, I'm in my new car. I can now film videos inside a car instead of like filming it inside my mum's car or dragging my mum to all these places for drive-throughs and eating like the person in front. So I think she's got out of that. Also trying the new Costa drink. I've had a bit already of it. Not a big fan. It's not really my cup of tea, this. It's basically Costa's new Cupid's Valentine's or Cupid's Cooler Valentine's Day drink. And I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look the best. It's kind of like a really dark berry brown colour basically. It's raspberry cooler with chocolate sauce blended into it with whipped cream and like strawberry bits on top. It's quite like bitter and then you get like an aftertaste of chocolate sauce at the end. It's really odd. We wouldn't recommend it. I got it free on my Costa app. I had a free drink to use up, so I got it for free, which is fine, but I probably wouldn't pay for it. Do not spill it in my new car. And do not spill it on my tracksuit. So this video has actually been very highly requested. It's basically going to be a Q&A on degree apprenticeships. I've had quite a few questions come in, mostly from like TikTok, and I've had quite a few like Instagram DMs. I don't think there's many videos on YouTube or any platforms really about degree apprenticeships. They're quite a new thing. I would love to help anyone out on their process and journey if they want a degree apprenticeship, or if they can't decide, then I am living proof of a degree apprentice. I do want to do more like degree apprenticeship focused videos on my channel because it is a big part of my life. Like, YouTube is basically my lifestyle of Katie, so I do want to do more videos on degree apprenticeships. Yeah, try and answer as many as I can. Obviously, because I said they were on like comments of TikToks, I might not have got every question, and quite a lot of the questions are the same, so overlap. Definitely do a part 2. If anyone has any other questions, then comment them down below, like DM me on Instagram or anything, follow me on TikTok and like message me on there. Degree apprenticeship is basically you go to work 4 days a week, you get a salary, you're getting paid to do work like in a real company, and then you get like trained up on it because obviously you don't know anything as a school leaver, and then you do 1 day a week studying at university, so you still get the exact same degree at the end of the 3 years or however long your course is. You get the exact same degree as someone who just went to university will get. You will get the same certificate, a Bachelor of Science, BSc or BA or anything. You'll get the exact same degree. Your company is funding your degree, so you don't get any student debt at the end of it. You don't pay towards your degree, you get paid, if that makes sense. That's basically what a degree apprenticeship is. So I won't get student debt, I get paid a yearly annual wage, and you obviously get the experience of working in an industry as well as still going and studying and getting an education. Going on to kind of what my degree apprenticeship actually is. So I'm a marketing assistant and it's at a financial company, so it's like a financial services industry within investment management specifically. We are quite a small company, like you probably wouldn't have heard of them before, and I feel like there's pros and cons to that. If I saw a degree apprenticeship come up for a small company that I hadn't heard of, I wouldn't disregard it straight away and just apply for the bigger companies, because again, bigger companies probably get a bigger amount of applications, so your chances are probably a little bit slimmer. I would just apply for anything and everything. A Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday I go to work, and 2 days are actually in the office, and then Wednesday is my study day, which can actually change. So last semester it was actually a Thursday, and then now we're going into semester 2, it's on a Wednesday, so it has changed. I go and study at London South Bank University. Not think about London South Bank, that's not something that I chose, that's what I think the company or the firm you're working with has chosen that as your university. I study digital marketing, so that's my course, is digital marketing. My course is a 3-year course. It got to September when everyone was going off to university, and I decided I wasn't going to go to university, and I was actually just going to play the long game, wait it out and keep applying for degree apprenticeships. And then I got one in March. That was like the best decision I ever made, was not going to uni when like everyone else was. I just waited, got one in March, and then I didn't actually start university till September. So I had like 6 months where I was just working 5 days a week. I wasn't going to university, which again has pros and cons. It allowed me to kind of settle into the job, understand what I was doing, and then start the university side of it. But then I feel like it was also quite a big shock to then do 5 days of work in 4 days and then also go to university. It was like a completely different thing. My degree apprenticeship will be 3.5 years. You're moving again. Technically my degree apprenticeship is technically 3.5 years because I started 6 months before I actually even went to university, and then university's 3 years. Someone said, what what's doing a degree apprenticeship like, and do you need A levels to do it? For a degree apprenticeship you do need A levels because it's level 6. Level 6 is equivalent to like degree, and I think A levels are level 3. I think A levels are level 3, so you need A levels to go into a degree apprenticeship, such as you would if you went to university. You need A levels to go to university, or it doesn't A levels, there's like BTEC, I can't remember now, but there's so many different types. But A level equivalent or level 3 equivalent you will need, and I guess every firm will ask for a different kind of grading or grades. I did A levels, so I went to 6th form. Doing a degree apprenticeship, like, it's different, it is very different, and I think I have a friend who's got a degree apprenticeship, and I think that's really helpful because it's like someone you can relate to. Within my firm as well, there are also other degree apprentices, so it's quite good. You do feel like an adult, like I feel like a full-on adult. I mean, I see my friends, they go out and it's like a Wednesday and I see them posting they're at like a bar or something, or in a club, and I haven't been to a club since like well over a year ago, and I know that probably sounds like I'm such a boring person, but to be fair, clubs don't really appeal to me that much anyway. I'm not a huge going out person like that. I'd much rather a nice day out or like a meal or something. I'm not really a huge club person, which sounds so bad that I'm 20 and I'm saying that. I'm literally like a granny. That's something that's quite different with a degree apprenticeship. I think you get so much experience. Like, I feel like I already have. I've only been in my job not even a year, and I feel like I've got so much experience already. You learn so many more skills. You're obviously working with like various age ranges. At uni you're surrounded by people your age kind of. I think it's a really good opportunity, and I don't know, it's just a really good thing, and I'm so glad that I chose this route. Doing a degree apprenticeship, like, you do just feel like an adult, because I literally go to work to London, getting like the commute with all the other commuters, and then I go into work, I have my lunch ready. I also go to uni and it feels so different. Like, it really splits the day up. University is so different to your day at work. One day I'm in like loafers, smart trousers, the next day I'm in like a jogging set on the exact same train. People were like, what is she doing? Because she was there yesterday with loafers and a blazer on, and today I'm here with like a puffer jacket and a tracksuit on. So yeah, I really like the two. It really splits up the week. I've been given a lot of training by my work as well, especially because it was financial industry. I have no experience in the financial industry at all. Like, that's not what you get taught at school at all. So I've had quite a bit of training on it, and they've been really good with that. It is definitely weird as well, because you obviously are doing, like, my job's 9 till 5:30, and with a degree apprenticeship what it's like is that like by 5:30 that's it, you shut off, and then you feel like you've not got much of an evening. Especially if you're commuting home, then your evenings feel very, very short. You're really in like the real world. I feel like when you're in a degree apprenticeship, I feel like I'm in the real world, and your like weekends actually mean something, if that makes sense. Got quite a lot of like, what A levels did I do, and like, do you need specific A levels for certain degree apprenticeships? My A levels, I did really nothing to do with my my degree apprenticeship really. I did textiles, biology and geography, and I got A*A* in my A levels. You can go watch my reaction video. I also did an EPQ, which I got an A in. I have nothing really to do with business or marketing. So I feel like that really did not relate. I remember picking my A levels and I just did what I enjoyed at the time. I had no idea really what I wanted to go into at that stage. It varies for every single degree apprenticeship, but for mine, I think they were more interested in your GCSE maths and English, and then just what grades you got. So it didn't matter what it was in. I think they just asked, I can't even remember what the entry requirements were now, maybe like B's or C's. You didn't need to have an A level in business, for example. So that's something I'd say, is don't feel like you're cut off from applying because you didn't take like business, because I didn't do business at A level and now I'm in a business role. Quite a lot of degree apprenticeships don't have like really high entry requirements. They're not all like you need all A stars and A's to get this degree apprenticeship. I would say something very different to uni is they're very, with the like process of getting the role, it's very much about you and not your grades. They do go off of very much like your interviews and how you perform and things like that. They're not just set in stones on your grades. And someone just said, can you explain the whole process? Different for every single degree apprentice, their process. Mine was quite different, again, probably because it was a smaller firm, but I did apply for some bigger firms. Basically just explain the process that I went through. I applied for quite a lot of degree apprenticeships. I would say that's one thing. Don't just apply for like 1 or 2. to and think you'll get it, because they are so competitive, like so competitive. They're going for like one role, they're not going for 20 people, or at uni where they're going to take on like 200 students. They're literally taking on like 1 or 2 people. This was another question actually. People were asking me like, what websites did you go on, how did you find it? I went on a couple of websites. I used like UCAS website, show them, like the Gov website is really useful. I would also recommend not going to uni. So I don't know if I've ever actually said this on my YouTube channel, but I'm actually a not going to uni ambassador. It's fairly like new. I haven't done any content for them yet. That's another good website. Not going to uni has like loads of degree apprenticeships that they upload on there. I think I did check like rate my apprenticeship or rate my apprentice or something it was called. They don't just like ping up on one day. Like today they all open. It's kind of like they come and go on there, so you do have to keep checking. Every morning I'd go on, check to see if any new ones have popped up on there. So it is something that you have to keep like an eye on. Probably started looking a bit late, and I saw them and then it was like the deadline's passed, and I was like, oh, that sounded like a good one. Don't know when I actually started to look for them, but I would definitely say like a year maybe to start looking. I mean, obviously you might not even know you want a degree apprenticeship a year before you need to start applying. Definitely just try it as soon as you watch this video. Go off and see if there's any on there. Put my CV in, and then I got asked to do a video, so I had to film myself, and they'd given me like 10 or 12 questions and answer the questions through like a video, and then I could send it off. But it wasn't like a live one, so I could redo them as much as I wanted. So if I didn't like my answer, I could keep redoing it until I liked it, send them off, and then that was the second stage. Then I did an interview, then I did a second interview, and then they couldn't decide between, there was me and one other person, so they got us again. They had some more questions and we had to write the answers. So yeah, there was quite a lot of stages, to be fair, for mine. I think something that actually maybe helped me at the end as well, because they couldn't decide, is I submitted my questions and I was really panicking that I hadn't submitted them. So I called up the HR lady who was like dealing with me, and I was like, hi, I just wanted to see if they've been submitted, I'm really excited, blah blah blah. And I feel like that kind of also added maybe like an extra touch, because you've actually got in touch with them and it shows you were very like eager and passionate to get the job. So that was something else I think that maybe helped. The bigger firms are quite tough, so a lot of them have like online tests and things you have to do. So I really can't remember what the test was, but it was so hard. And there are a lot of like memory, or they're a bit like when you do your 11 plus, like it'll be like shapes, or it'll be like maths, you've got to do simple maths, or it'll be like blah blah blah, what is the missing word, or what's the word that's spelt wrong, or in this rhyme what's the next word. They're very like horrible tests, because I feel like you could have got such good grades like GCSEs and A levels, but you could not do those tests. So that's where I think your grades don't really matter as much, because as soon as you fail that test you don't get through to the next stage. I'd definitely say that's the hardest part of the application process, because they're not like quick tests either. Some of them take like 40 minutes and they might have multiple tests, so you spend like over an hour, or you spend hours on this. You've spent already an hour writing your cover letter, then you have to do these tests, and then when you don't get it, it's so disheartening. I would say you just have to keep going, because yeah, it can be disheartening, and you probably apply for so many and don't get them, but there will be one that you will get. Someone said, did you apply to university? And I actually did apply to university, and this was kind of because my school was very much like, go to university. I don't think they ever did anything about degree apprenticeships, maybe because they didn't really know about them. I went to a grammar school, and yeah, everyone was basically going to university. I feel like that's what most people did. Yeah, I applied because at that point I didn't even really know if I wanted a degree apprenticeship or not. I didn't really know much about them, so I still applied. I got into all 5. Where did I apply to? I applied to University of Bath, Loughborough, University of Kent, Southampton, and then there was one more, but I really can't remember what one it was. But I firmed University of Bath, and then Loughborough was like my second option. I actually decided to defer Bath for a year. So I'd probably say that was like the hardest decision ever, because everyone went off to university. I could have gone to university. I could have gone to University of Bath, had my place there, and I didn't have a degree apprenticeship at this stage. I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have anything, and we were in COVID kind of by then, and I couldn't do like a gap year really properly because I couldn't go travelling. So I'm just going to defer it, and I'm going to wait out and see if I get a degree apprenticeship, and if I don't by this time next year, maybe I'll go to university, maybe I won't, but it's still there as like a backup option in the future. I had to defer that, and I was like, oh my god, this is scary. Carried on, and I did like a lot of YouTube in COVID and like lockdown. He just did that whilst I was still applying for degree apprenticeships. My dad actually found the one that I'm in now. He found it, I kept applying, got this job obviously, started in March. Then I just wrote to University of Bath and was like, I've got to do apprenticeships, I would not like my place in a year's time. And here we are. So yeah, that was like the best decision I ever made. To be honest with you, I don't think I would have actually even gone if I hadn't have got a degree apprenticeship in a year, just because, I don't know, I just don't think university's for me like that. First of all, I didn't know if I wanted to move away from home. I do like living at home. I like just like going out and about. When I was deciding whether to go to university or not, I don't think I knew that I didn't want to go away, like move out. But now I'm in my position now, I think that was probably one of the things as well, is that I didn't want to move out of home. I don't think University of Bath, even though I chose it, wasn't really for me anyway. I don't think I could see myself living in University of Bath or in Bath, because I went there and visited it, and it is such a pretty city, but I don't know if I could see myself living there. So that was another thing as well. Did I apply to university? Yes, I did, as a backup. And I'd say if you're not sure, then maybe still apply. I mean, you don't really lose anything for doing it, so I would definitely do it as a backup. Just to finalise, I feel like I've been rambling for ages. Also, I'm getting cold because my engine's off and I need a wee because I've drank all of the drink. I got a lot of people just being like, I'm really unsure whether to do it or not. I don't know whether to do it, I don't know whether to go to university, I'm not sure what I want to do. And honestly, that was in the position that I was in. You see all these people talking about the degree apprenticeships and things, and some people make it out to be some like amazing life. They make it look amazing, everything looks so nice. But I feel like the thing I want to do is kind of just like show a bit more of the reality of a degree apprenticeship. And yeah, it is really cool, but I sit and eat my packed lunch in the lunchroom and things. I'm not going out getting itsu every day because it's just expensive. So that's kind of what I want to do with these videos, is just kind of bring it down to reality and not make it look all glam. I mean, I do like to obviously make it look glam, but it's just not all like that. It's like me literally running for the train so that I don't miss it, and then missing it, and then seeing everyone look at me miss it. Trying to be more real with what it's actually like, and that is missing trains and running for your trains and going for a free Cafe Nero from O2 Priority at university, because I don't want to be buying £4 drinks every day. It's very much dependent on you. If you want that kind of university life, you want to go out clubbing and everything like that, obviously you can do it as a degree apprentice, but not as much, and like there's no freshers or anything. Although I think I could attend freshers. If you want a wage, do you want a salary, do you want to be going to work every day, do you want less free time? Me personally, I don't know, I just thought it was the right option for me. You have to really think about if you want one, because it is a big application process for them. So I feel like you have to be really motivated to do it and passionate about it in your interviews and things. Do you want to be working, or do you love studying? Like if you love to study, then obviously maybe like university is a better option. But if you love to like work, be like in a job, then maybe a degree apprenticeship is better. That's kind of the start of this video and start of introducing degree apprenticeships onto my channel. I did do a week in the life of a degree apprentice, so check that out if you haven't already. And this helpful, then do give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you are new for more content. We do a part 2 if you want one, so let me know if you want a part 2. See you next week with another video. Bye.